I'm Katie Jane and welcome back to my channel. So this week is week 10, so I'm super excited about. I feel like I'm slowly getting in the swing of things. But this week today I've got TALLIA Storm on my channel and we have created a red carpet ready look. I've got TALLIA ready a couple of times for the red carpet, so I thought it'd be a really good idea to get her here today. And it's actually her 21st birthday, so I've got her ready for her evening this evening. So if you want to see how I created this, please keep watching. So just to prep TALLIA's skin, I've used the Bare Minerals. We want this to last all night and look flawless, so it's really important that you prep the skin properly. And then I'm just going to go in with this Soft Focus Primer by Make to Make. Getting excited, red carpet ready.
Cannot wait.
So I've actually done your makeup a few times now.
Yeah, every time you do my face, it brings the best luck and the best night to the night. So tonight's going to be a good night.
Tonight's the night.
Literally, I can't wait.
For the brows, I'm going to go in with soap brows, and I'm just going to be brushing TALLIA's brows up, and I just want to create quite like a thick, bushy effect. So for brows, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Duo Brow Powder, and I'm just going to be elongating TALLIA's brows at the end, and also just filling them in upward strokes. To prep the eyes, I'm going to be using the NARS Smudge Proof Base. So this actually just helps keep the eyeshadow literally on all day. Makeup stays quite well on you though, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, your makeup always asks.
It does, like, you're quite good. I think some clients you've got to figure out between your clients like what people's skin type really drink makeup and others don't. I feel like yours always stays. So just to prep the eyelids, I'm going to go with my NARS Creamy Concealer. So I'm just going to use this to shape the brows a little bit, just to make them a little bit sharper, and also just to use it as a base for the eyeshadow. For the eyes today, I'm going to go with my Charlotte Tilbury The Rock Chick palette. So I'm just first of all going in with the matte colour, and I'm just going to create the shape on TALLIA's eye, just by buffing it into the crease and winging it out. The shape that I want to be creating today is kind of like this shape. So it's just really important that you do really buff it out quite wide and don't worry about going too high either. So now I've just like buffed it all in the crease. I'm also going to take the dark one we just went in with, and if you just look down for me, and I'm going to, in circular motions, I'm just going to really buff into the corners just to create a little bit of depth, and we really want the corners to be a lot darker. So next I'm going to go in with my Double Wear Pencil by Estee Lauder. This black pencil is amazing and it does not budge. So I'm going to be running this along the lash line and then taking it upwards. And then what I want to do is I want to be just taking if I can get it out while you sit there with your eyes closed. I'm just going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to be blending that out. And just go back and forth until you're happy with how much you've blended it. Just to create a really nice flick. Next I'm going to be going in with the Blackout by Urban Decay, if you just look down for me. And I'm going to go over the eyeliner that we did. I just look down this way for me, and I'm going to go tight into the corner as much as I can. And then with a blending brush, I'm going to go over the line just to really blend that out. The colour that I'm going in with next is a slightly shimmery grey colour. So I'm going to be placing that on the lighter shade. I'm just going to be buffing it all over and also take it down into the centre of the eye, just so it looks a little bit shimmery. I find on red carpet, I don't know if you find this, when it's slightly shimmery, like the camera picks up on it.
Yeah, you get that sparkle.
Yeah, which I think always looks super nice. Next I'm going to be using the Inglot gel liner, and you just look up for me. And I'm going to be applying the gel liner just in the waterline. The reason I go with a gel liner over a kohl pencil, I just find that it's not that dark. And also in red carpet, it just wears off. Especially if it's windy and things, I think eyeliner just goes in the waterline. And just look up for me. And I'm also going to be applying it on this side. And look down for me this way. And just to make sure that the top is super black and that way for me, I'm going to be running the eyeliner just on the top, just so we don't get any gap between the lashes and the eyeliner. Then I'm going to go back in with the black and look up for me, and I'm going to be running that along the bottom. So So I'm going to be blending out, kind of like the eyeliner we put in the waterline. And I'm just using a pencil brush by MAC. You look very serious there, just trying to not blink. And then back in with the Charlotte Tilbury palette and with the grey, I'm just going to be using a large 217 and I'm going to really bluff out that black. So we just get really nice grey, diffused, smoky eye. I can just look straight into the camera for me. You can see. Fab. I'm going back in with the Charlotte Tilbury, so I think I keep saying that, but I'm going to be using it again, and I'm going to be using the glitter one. So with the glitter from Charlotte Tilbury, it is actually applied best with your finger. I just find that the brushes don't pick up the glitter as much, and you can't get much of an impact. So as you can see, I'm just placing it kind of just in the corner and towards the centre of the eye. Just for that beautiful, I like silver, cool, smoky eye. Cool tones actually look really good on you. Do you normally go cool?
No, I usually go brown, gold.
You can kind of pull off both.
I'm excited to see more of a
metallic. And then when I'm going to go in, I'm just going to take a clean brush, and with the lighter colour, I'm going to be going in the very corner and just buffing that in, and just look at the camera for me. And I'm also going to be applying that in the corner, because later on we're going to add something a little bit fun, so that will really help. Next I'm going to go with my eyelash curlers and look down for me. So I'm going to be curling the eyelashes a little bit before we apply the lashes. And then I'm going to be using my Smashbox Superfan Mascara. So I'm just going to be applying a tiny bit. And then I'm going to apply the lashes on top. So for the lashes today, I'm going to be taking these Ardell Wispies. So they're slightly longer at the back, but they're super black. So you can kind of have a quick look, you can kind of see. I love, love, love these for red carpet because they're slightly fluttery. I don't want anything that's too blunt at the end. So I'm just going to be I'm actually using the Swede Lash Glue. I actually find it better than Duo, if you just look down for me. And I'm going to be placing that as close to the eyelashes as possible. And this is why I do mascara first, because I feel like the lashes are a little bit harder, so you've got something to kind of slot in. If you don't have mascara, it's all just like a little bit floppy. And then we can go back in later to add a little bit more mascara. For foundation today, I'm going to be taking my Studio Fix by MAC. And the reason I'm using this is I find it lasts all day and it's literally like a flawless coverage. I swear this is, when I put this on you, I think this is I think one of your faves. If I do tinted moisturiser, you're not going to like it.
No.
And it doesn't get flashback or anything, but a little bit trick. So I'm taking NC30 and I'm also going to be taking NC20. And if you just look straight for me. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the NC30 all around the jawline. Talia wants to look tanned, but I'll show you a trick. If we're just putting if we're putting the darker shade NC30 all over, it's not going to look right on camera. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. So I go with the darker shade all around the edges. And this helps blend into their neck if your client's a little bit more tanned. And then in a minute, I'm going to be using the NC20 in certain areas and you'll be able to see the difference. So I've gone in with the NC30 all around the edge, and now I'm going to be taking the NC20 and I'm going to be buffing that into the centre of the face. I just find on red carpet, they're having lots of press photos, so you've got to be really on point with your shading and your contour and the colours that you use, because I've seen the mistakes before where your neck's like dark.
I've seen the mistakes. They've happened to me.
Has it?
Yeah, 100%. Especially when I do it myself. So Katie's here to save the day. So
I just think by using these two colours, we're just going to get a really nice balance throughout the face. So as you can see, the NC20 just blends in perfect to 30 and into the body. If, however, I did use the NC30 all over, I just think Talia would have looked a little bit too orange. For concealer today, I'm going to be taking my Laura Mercier, and if you just look up for me, and I'm going to be placing it underneath the eyes and blending it upwards. So I tend to go about 2-3 shades lighter. You don't want to go too much, especially if you're red carpet being packed. The flashback under the eyes can be savage, so you need to be really careful. But as long as you blend it well and you're blending it into all the foundations, you should be absolutely fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be blending it up to the eyeshadow, but not too high because I don't want to take the eyeshadow away. And with the brush that you use your eyeshadow with, just blend it out slightly so you just get like that really nice grey diffused smoke at the bottom. To set the concealer and the powder, I'm just going to be taking the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish in shade 1. So this is amazing because it does give a little bit of coverage and it's just going to make everything look a little bit matte. And obviously on red carpet, as much as you want to look dewy, you have to make the whole face look matte and then dew up certain bits rather than sending off your client looking dew all over, because as soon as they get pat, they're just going to look sweaty. So I'm going to quickly go back to the eyes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my lash curlers quickly and look down for me. And I'm going to be curling the false lashes, just so they're really upright. And with false lashes, the time that you normally curl your real lashes, halve it, because with false lashes, because they're fake, they take on the curls so much. And then I'm going to put on so much mascara, because I think you can never have too much mascara. Just to really open up those eyes, and if you open for me. And then I'm going to be applying it at the bottom as well. So I really put on a lot of mascara and look up for me, and I'm really going in there. I just find that mascara just makes such a difference. And I do quite like that slightly clumpy look, especially on red carpet. It just really helps to open up the eyes. And just makes the eyes look super black. So I'm going to go with the shade Sculpt by MAC. And this is a contour powder. I would show you, but I've literally got none left because it broke in my, well, I'll show you. It broke in my kit, so I've got the tiniest amount left, but I use it all the time. So if you just look straight for me. So I'm going to just go in under the cheekbones. And I'm just really kind of like penciling out where I'm going to be putting the bronzer later. So I'm going to be putting it on the cheekbones, under the cheekbones here, and also on the jawline, and also on the hairline. This is really important on red carpet, to be blending this all over the face and taking your time. I tell you why. When you're having press shots and they go out on Getty or in the papers the next day, if you only literally just contour here and bronze here, you're just going to get a stripe and your client is just going to look horrendous. So it's really important that you just balance out that contour by doing other points of the face as well. So you're getting like light and dark areas all over the face. So I'm now going to go in and warm up the contour a little bit, and we're going to be using Bronze 2 by Mercier. So we're just going to go back over. Obviously guys, just be a little bit careful depending on how dark your bronzer is, how much you're using. But we just want to warm up the face, give a little bit of definition, but we don't want stripes. For the blushes today, I'm going to be taking this brand new palette by NARS. I think this is their Christmas edition, which is coming out in November. It's so sparkly. But I'm just going to be taking this peachy tone in the centre, and I'm going to be just applying it on the apples of the cheeks. And if you're unsure where that is, if you could ask your client to smile a little bit, and then you can just really see where those cheeks popping. And for red carpet, you can afford to put a little bit more colour on, because colour fades. And you do want your client, there's nothing worse than on photos you're looking pale than press. So I'm going to be still using this palette, I'm going to be using the highlighter. So the highlighter is called Instant Replay. So I'm not sure if they sell it individually, I think it's just part of the palette. I'm using this small buffer brush, I'm just going to ask you to go on the side slightly. And I'm going to be applying the highlighter on the cheekbones. Once again, when you've got clients on the red carpet, you don't want crazy amount of highlighter, because there is so much flash on those photos. The tiniest bit of highlighter will show up anyway. So I just think it's really key that you don't go overboard, but you still want your client to look glowy. And I'm just going to take it a little bit up here as well, and at the high points. And if you just look straight into the camera for me, and I'm also going to take a little bit down the nose and at the top of the lips. So now we're going to be moving on to the lips. This is like your favourite bit.
It's my favourite bit.
You hate small lips.
I hate small lips.
So I'm going to be using the Rodial XXL lip liner, and this is called Photoshoot. So what I do is I start in the corner, and I go wider on the sides into the middle, and then I come down. I'm just drawing above the lip line just to give it the fuller pout. And the same, you start at the corner, go slightly wider, and then come in the middle. Just creating a more of a fuller shape here, but you need to keep these points the same, because otherwise it's going to look ridiculous. For the lipstick today, I'm going to be taking the Staycation. This is one of my favourite red carpet nudes, and I'm going to just be filling in the lips before we're going to be applying the gloss. And if you just look straight into the camera for me, perfect. and also on the other side. And this is one of the Huda Beauty matte ones. I find it's very good to do a matte base for something. If your clients want gloss, you need to do a thick matte base, and then you can apply gloss over the top. Then finally, just to add a little bit of gloss, I'm using the Life Gloss by Bare Minerals. This is like one of my favorite nudes. I think it's one of their new ones. I received it a couple of months ago and I've been using it all the time. I'm just gonna apply that all over the lips. A little bit of stars.
Ooh, today is my 21st birthday.
I know, we're getting ready. So so we need to make it a little bit fun, basically.
We wanted to make it fun.
Yeah.
We wanted to go a wee bit OTT, but at the same time, don't destroy her gorgeous lips.
So I'm gonna take 2 stars, and what I'm gonna do is just put a tiny bit of lash glue on the back of my hand. There's quite a lot of different color sizes of these stars, but I'm just gonna get a little bit of lash glue at the back of them. Wait for it to dry for a couple of minutes. And then when you're doing this, you just got to make sure symmetry is on point and also that you're doing it bang in the middle. So if you just look straight for me. So I'm going to be applying it here. And I'm just going to wait for that to dry. And then I'm also... And then obviously, to completely finish this look, I'm going to be taking my Resting Boss Face by Huda Beauty.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And then obviously just be careful you don't ruin your client's hair. Close to me. I'm just going to be spraying that all over, and just to make sure this lasts all day.
That really was a water park.
I know. And it smells so strong.
That smells quite nice.
I didn't even warn you.
You didn't, but it's all right. Slip and slip.